I'd like to welcome Caroline Lamont to this very interesting conversation. I've been looking forward to talking to you about this because this is a topic close to my heart as a singer, but also as a voice user. So Caroline is a functional medicine health coach who helps people find optimal health naturally. I will let her talk about herself in a minute, just in case that isn't true. And and I thought it would be great to talk to Caroline today in relation to issues that professional voice users experience with their voice. So not just singers, but really anyone, basically anyone that uses their voice for any length of time. And some of the issues that really impact our voice. And because we really can't separate our vocal health from our physical health and our mental health. It's all one. So Caroline, I'll just let you introduce briefly a little bit about yourself and what you do, because I've just literally summarized it into a sentence.
Yep. So I practice as a health coach, which means that I support people in finding out how to make changes to their health and what is going to help them thrive in terms of their health. It would include a lot on nutrition, which I think is a very obvious area, but also supporting people in making changes around, their lifestyle. So sleep, how to manage their stress, how to integrate exercise in their routine, and anything that would impact their health. But I'm also working specifically as a functional medicine practitioner. And in that space, it just means that I go a little bit deeper into what are the dynamics in the body that are causing us not to feel, as well as we can feel, because ultimately we should all be full of vitality and energy and great sleep and fantastic, sex life and all of this. And the reality is, the demands on our bodies and our minds make it that much more difficult. So I will work with, blood tests and, various types of tests and symptoms, questionnaires and all this stuff that allows me to create an understanding of what might be at play in the body. And the reality is everything is linked. Nothing works in isolation. And that then becomes obviously the challenge, but also what is truly fascinating is trying to understand, well, if that's happening, that's the downstream impact on this, but it's happening because of all those things upstream. So it's, that's the kind of, I become a detective, if you like.
Yes. And there's so many similarities between that and the voice, because the voice doesn't work in isolation, and it could be, something that you think has got nothing to do with your voice that's impacting your voice. So I find it really, really interesting. So there's obviously so much we could talk about, and it's been so hard to kind of narrow it down, because when we were emailing about this, I kept saying, can we talk about allergies? Can we talk about this? Can we talk about that? Because there's so much that really impacts the voice. So we've narrowed it down to two enormous topics. One is diet, and I guess we're going to include in that sort of what we drink and things like that as well. But then also hormones, which in itself is a whole world fascinating topic. And what we might experience. So I'll just sort of talk a little bit about, I think, as a voice user, the types of things we experience, and then we can have more of a conversation about what we might need to know about it, but also what we can do about it, hopefully, as well.